In a small village, there lived a butcher named Abu Boker, rahomatullah. Abu Boker, rahomatullah, was an ordinary man, but there were certain qualities in his life that set him apart from others. He had a peaceful nature and never mistreated anyone. However, his life changed because of an extraordinary event, an event that would lead him to Jannah. This event involved Prophet Musa, alayhi salam. One day, as Abu Boker, rahomatullah, was sitting in his shop, a new visitor arrived in the village. The visitor was an elderly man, poor and destitute. His clothes were tattered and his face showed signs of exhaustion. The elderly man stood in front of the shop and said, "O butcher, I am very hungry. If you could provide me with some food, I would be forever grateful." Abu Boker, rahomatullah, looked at the old man with compassion. He saw the deep pain of hunger and sadness in the man's eyes. Abu Boker, rahomatullah, had never hesitated to help anyone, so he said to the old man, "Don't worry, I will provide you with some food." Saying this, Abu Boker, rahomatullah, went into the shop, took out some meat and cakes, and gave them to the old man. The old man ate with great satisfaction. After finishing his meal, he smiled gently and said, "O butcher, you haven't just fed my stomach, you have also soothed my heart. Your kindness will reach Allah, and you will go to Jannah." Abu Boker, rahomatullah, was astonished and said, "Me, Jannah? I am just an ordinary butcher. How could I possibly go to Jannah?" The elderly man replied slowly, "You don't know, but in the work of a butcher, good vision, humanity, and kindness are the most valuable things in the eyes of Allah. You don't just fill the stomachs of the hungry, you also bring peace to their souls. The path to Jannah is already within you, it is in your actions." Abu Bakr stood quietly for a while, pondering. He began to wonder, is it really possible? Can I truly go to Jannah? However, he suddenly realized that life wasn't just about filling the stomach, but about bringing peace and happiness to people's hearts. He then made a firm resolve that in the future, he would stand by those who were poor, helpless, and in trouble. Abu Bakr began working with this new resolve. 3 years later, one day, while Abu Bakr was sitting in his shop cutting meat, something unusual happened. A young girl entered the shop, tears streaming down her face. She said, "O butcher, my mother is very ill, and she needs food. But we have nothing. My father doesn't work, he is disabled. Please, could you help us?" Abu Boker, rahomatullah, thought for a moment, this seems like a test. Should I help this girl or not? Then he told himself, this is a test from Allah. Just as I helped the elderly man once, I must also help this girl and her mother today. He gave the girl some meat and food to take with her. Many years later, one day, Abu Boker, rahomatullah, went to a learned scholar in Medina to ask how he could attain Jannah. The scholar, after listening to him, said, "O butcher, you know, once Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, was delivering his message to his people, and he taught them the importance of Allah's mercy and human compassion. In the same way, you, by feeding the hungry and helping people one by one, are performing that great work. Your deeds will lead you to Jannah." Abu Bakr thought for a moment and said, "Then, if Allah accepts my small acts, perhaps I really can go to Jannah." The scholar continued, Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, once said, "The one who brings peace to a troubled heart will draw closer to Jannah." You are doing exactly that, and because of this, Allah will support your deeds. Through many such experiences, Abu Boker, rahomatullah, began to understand that his good deeds and humanity were what brought him closer to Allah. One day, sitting in Medina, he thought to himself, is it possible? Can a simple butcher like me really go to Jannah with such a great person? On that very day, Allah's mercy reached Abu Boker, rahomatullah. On a special night, while he was deeply reflecting on the lessons of Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, life, suddenly Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, appeared before him. Prophet Musa, alayhi salam, said, Abu Bakr, your kindness and humanity are praised by those of us who are sent by Allah. For this, you will be granted a place in Jannah. You are walking the path of Allah. Abu Bakr then realized that the small acts of his life had already set him on the path to Jannah. He understood that if Allah places kindness and compassion in a person's heart, that person's path is always right. He now knew that if he walked the path of humanity, Allah would guide him. And so, Abu Boker, rahomatullah, whose life was that of a simple butcher, was granted a place in Jannah because of his humanity, kindness, and compassion. His story still teaches us today that in order to achieve greatness, one doesn't need strange powers or magic. Good deeds and selflessness are enough to change lives and earn Allah's mercy.